Hi guys, welcome to a brand new video. So right now I'm with Buddy Boy. It's currently 1 in the morning where I'm at, but at the same time too, I sort of want to give my thoughts on a brand new game that I purchased. If you recall my past video on the unboxing, you've seen that I have played the game Tekken 8, and I really adore this game so much. Hands down my favorite game of the year so far. I've completed the story mode, I've completed some of the arcade battles, I've unlocked all the character endings and stuff. I played a bit of Tekken Ball, played a bit of the arcade quest and the Super Ghost battles, which are all really fun. But one of my favorite things to do here is the character customization. And I had fun trying to create my own characters as well as others that I've seen online that do a really great job with their character customization. So I thought I'd show out my personal character customizations that I made along with some credited ones that I'll be leaving in the description. So if you want to see how I got my inspiration, how I made some of these characters, I'll leave them all for you in case if you want to see. So to start things off, I have Roboko-san, and I'm actually going to be going in order from the Tekken customization of characters, and this is my attempt at Roboko-san. So it is not my best, and I used Elisa Boskanovich for this one, and as you can see, it didn't turn out as well as I wanted to originally, but I tried. Next is Millie Parfait. The character that I use for her is Asuka Kazama. And as you can see, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it matches some of the designs, but it could be better. I like it though, but that's just me personally. The next character that I did was Sakura Miko, and again using Asuka, here she is. Again, it's not my personal favorite, but I got pretty close to at least the major parts of Miko. Okay, next I have Takanashi Kiara, and for her I used Azucena. It's not bad. You can't see the orange hair pretty well on her, but it's still a pretty nice design, honestly. At least it sort of matches the main thing that I have in concept with Kiara, but if I zoom in, you could actually see like the thing on Azucena's hair actually matches the aqua color of Kiara's hair, so if you want to count that for something, otherwise it's pretty much straightforward on this one, I guess. Alright, moving on, I have Freddy Krueger on screen right here, and for him I had to use Brian Fury. This one was actually a pretty well made one. I definitely enjoyed making this one. At least in my opinion, this is pretty close to what Freddy Krueger would look like. Okay, here's Light Yagami from Death Note, and for him I used Claudio right here. This one didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would be either, but it could use a little bit of touch-ups. But it's still not bad. I think it's pretty close. Here's Saitama for One Punch Man, and then here's my creation of him using Claudio as well. This one actually isn't as bad as I thought it would have turned out, but I don't know. I think this one's pretty okay. Here's Android 17 from Dragon Ball Super, and there's my creation of him right there, the green aura. And I try to match him as much as I possibly can with the gloves and everything, along with the orange armband. So I'm pretty happy and satisfied with this one. Again, this is with Claudio, so it's pretty nice. This is Michael Jackson in his Thriller outfit. And for this one, I used Sergei Dragunov, and it actually turned out pretty well. I find it really amusing, and I'm really glad that I actually have this as like my personal customization now. Here's L from Death Note, and then here's L for my creation. So I used Dragunov again, and I tried to maintain the color as much as possible with the actual one, but it was hard to find the right green, but that was pretty close, I guess. Here's Super Saiyan Trunks right here. And then I used Hwoarang for this version of Super Saiyan Trunks, along with the sword and everything. This one turned out pretty okay. It's not my favorite out of the Dragon Ball characters that I made, but it's still pretty sweet. Okay, you WWE fans, here's John Cena. And for him, I used Jack 8 right there. And I'm actually pretty satisfied with how this one turned out. Actually, all of my Jack 8 creations are hands down my favorites, and this is just one of them. This actually turned out pretty well with the shorts and everything, the armbands that I have, the green cap, the shoes. I think it just matches so well with Jack 8. This is Sir Toppin Hat, or the Fat Controller from Thomas and Friends, Thomas the Tank Engine of the Railway series. And here's my creation of him using Jack 8. In my opinion, this is probably my favorite customization that I made. So, out of everything that I did, I customized this on my own without like looking at like other people's creations. So, out of every character that I tried to find that had like, you know, like the beefiest look, I guess you could say, I gave it to Jack 8, and I think it actually fits really well on him with the way how the Fat Controller looks. There's Optimus Prime right there, and then here's my Optimus Prime right here. This is one of my favorite customizations that I saw in a YouTube video, and I had to create it on my own. And this actually turned out pretty well. This is pretty sick, honestly. Alright, from One Piece, here's Monkey D. Luffy. And then my creation of him right here using Jin Kazama. This one actually turned out pretty well. Again, this isn't my creation. I found this online as well. But I like the way how this one turned out. So here's a figure of Gohan right here. And then here's my creation of Gohan using Jin Kazama. This is still pretty sick nonetheless. So this is like the ultimate Gohan look. Especially if you saw with the figure on the picture that I showed, it has like his hair spiked up and everything. So I was trying to go for that look, but maintain the Gohan outfit as much as possible. And using this, it looks pretty nice. Sticking with the lore of Tekken, here is Unknown, specifically the P2 side of Unknown from Tekken Tag Tournament. And then here's my creation of Unknown for this version of Tekken. This looks pretty sick, and I had to admit this is one of my favorite designs that's like Tekken related in general. And I absolutely love the aura on this, the way how like Jun Kazama fits everything. So, well, I mean, if you play Tekken Tag Tournament 2, you know that she is the final boss and then becomes unknown for the second battle. So, yeah, it just fits so well. I like it. Okay, going back to Hololive, here is Tokinosora, the original idol of Hololive. And then here's my creation of her using Jun Kazama. I really like how this turned out, and it's the reason why I made like the rest of the Hololive characters on my own, or I like try to like bounce on like other creators that created their own versions of different Hololive characters. Here's Oski from Hololive, and then here's Oski using Jun Kazama. This isn't my favorite from my Hololive creations. If I'm able to like mess around with the way how her dress is, that would be really helpful. But I just try to like stick to like the right side of Oski according to the picture. That's why she's like fully covered in that jacket, but it could be better. This isn't my personal favorite. For those of you who recognize the silent voice, here's Shoko Nishimiya, and then here's my creation of her using Jun Kazama. So this isn't mine per se. This is actually from another YouTuber that I borrowed aspects from, and it actually turned out pretty well for me. And using Jun Kazama, it somehow just fits if you ask me, but yeah. Okay, here's Nezuko from Demon Slayer, and here's Nezuko with Jun Kazama. I thought it was cool because of the added bamboo stick on her mouth. Out of all the Jun creations, I think this one's probably my favorite, other than the Tokinosora one and the Shoko one. It just turns out pretty well, honestly. And of course, it's not like the kimono and stuff that Nezuko usually wears, but it's still pretty nice. I like it. Okay, moving on, here's Majin Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. And then here's my creation of Majin Vegeta using Kazuya Mishima. And it looks pretty good, honestly. The hair sticking up and everything with the aura that's reflecting upon him. The blue t-shirt, or the blue tank top I should say, blue pants, the boots, it all just works so well with him. Here's Winnie the Pooh. And here's my Winnie the Pooh using Kuma. I really like how this one turned out almost. The only thing that was sort of holding it back is that you can't change the color skin for Kuma. you could only keep it as it is. But of course, I couldn't pass up because I saw the honey pot, and, and the red shirt obviously goes along perfectly. So if it goes in relation to Winnie the Pooh, this is the closest that I could get. Alright, here's Super Saiyan Goku from Dragon Ball Z, and then here's my creation of Super Saiyan Goku using Lars. This one actually turned out pretty well, and looking through like a majority of different customization YouTube videos for Lars as Goku, I sort of did like a combination of like different ideas that came to a conclusion where he's wearing his normal outfit, he has his aura, and of course like the he's rocking the Super Saiyan hair. Here's Master Chief from the Halo series, and then here's Lee Chaolan as Master Chief. I'm pretty like mixed on how this one turned out. I'm just not a fan of the shade of green I used for this one. But at the same time too, it looks pretty nice nonetheless. Looking at it now, it looks like he just came from the Star Wars universe or something, but I don't know. I guess it's up to your depiction, right? But for now, this is my quote unquote Master Chief. Here's Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and then here's my Sora creation right here. So using Leo, it ended up pretty well for me. The color scheme sort of matched up. I think this is pretty sick, honestly, and I wanted to create it for my own. It turned out pretty well too, and I'm really happy. Because other than Jack 8, I think my Leo creations are actually pretty good. Oh, there's Buddy. Hi, Buddy. Oh, he just went behind the fish tank. Okay, Ash Ketchum from Pokemon, and then here's my Ash Ketchum using Leo. I like this one. I'm not gonna lie. I think this one turned out pretty well. The colors for the gloves I think are a little off, but other than that, I really like the design on this one. These two were the only designs that I have for Leo anyways, but I really like the way how this one and how the Sora one turned out. Here is the comedian and Family Feud host Steve Harvey, and then here's my creation of Steve Harvey using Leroy. I love the way how this turned out, honestly. It just fits Leroy well to be Steve Harvey. It has his little mustache and everything. And I just find it funny that you could play as Steve Harvey doing Wing Chun. Here's Rosemi Lovelock from Niji Sanji. And then here is my Rosemi Lovelock using Lily. I really like how this one turned out. The only thing that I don't like is the hair color. I think I made it a little too dark of pink, but it's still not bad. And what I find really ironic too is that when I was tuning into Rosemi's stream, like after she posted her stream, uh, she just says that her main is Lily. I didn't know that she mained Lily, and I thought that Lily matched up Rosemi so well, so I ended up choosing her and used her model to design Rosemi. So here we go. If Rosemi, if you're watching this, hi, and I hope you like my costume for you. Here's Hoshimachi Suisei from Hololive, and then here is my version of Hoshimachi Suisei using Lily again. I'm glad how this one turned out. Um, yeah, pretty straightforward. Keeping up with the Hololive trend, here's Kazuma Iroha from Horox, and then here's my creation of Iroha using Nina Williams. So I just thought it went pretty well since, you know, Nina's blonde, and then I tried like matching the colors as well as much as I could with how Iroha looks. I think this one's okay. Again, it's not my favorite, but it's pretty decent, I guess, at best. Okay, here's Amelia Watson from Hololive English, Myth in particular, and then here is my version of Amelia Watson. This one actually turned out pretty okay. Because like the design of how Ame looks to the way how I have right here, it just pretty much okay. The only thing that I'm not a fan of is that I feel like I have inverted the colors on her detective jacket. Because according to the picture that I saw with Ame, it was more brownish. But I felt like I wanted to combine like her original outfit with her casual outfit, so that's why it sort of looks like this. But I do have like the glasses on, I have the little beret on her head, and yeah, I think this one is like pretty much okay. In my opinion, better than the Kazuma one. Here's Android 18, and then here's Android 18 using Nina. Pretty straightforward. I went for the casual look because I think it's the easiest to do, and it just works well with Nina, I guess. Maybe because of her short hair and everything. Oh, there's my little angel fish. I don't know if you noticed right there too. Hi, Sunshine. Here's Guile from Street Fighter 2, and then here's my version of him using Paul Phoenix. Can't go wrong with it, with his hair sticking up and everything. He just has that American look with that beef of a build-up, the green tank top, the camo pants, camo boots, or not really camo boots, but yeah, it's pretty much straightforward from there. Okay, so from Hololive here is Yozora Mel, who is now currently terminated with their VTuber agency, but to honor her memory, I have created her in my version of Tekken using Reina, and I think the design looks nice. It matches the color scheme well. I added in a little ghost just to make it more appealing for like her design and everything. To be honest, I actually like the way how this turned out. Despite not looking like as close to the way how like Mel looked in her design when I was trying to go off from it, I really like the color scheme. Here's Ozora Subaru from Hololive, and then here's my version of Ozora Subaru using Reina. So pretty much straightforward again. Um, in my opinion, I think I made this one a little too shiny, especially when it comes to the colors and everything. But I try to match up as much as I can with like the bracelets or the wristbands, I should say, and the cap is actually pretty nice on it too. Pretty straightforward. But yeah, I think I like the way how this one turned out. It's pretty simplistic, but it got the job done. Alright, Ultra Instinct Shaggy right here, and then my version of him using Shaheen. So I like the way how this one turned out. Green shirt and everything, it just matches well along with the aura that he's giving out. And I just try to go with the Warner Brothers game version where they have the yellow aura, so it seems more appealing, I guess. Again, it just works out pretty well, honestly. Okay, here's Minato Aqua from Hololive, and then here's my version of her using Ling Xiaoyu. The only thing that I really don't like about this is her hair color. I'm gonna try to mess around with it to see if I could actually try to make it as more pinkish as much as possible. Other than that, I also added like a little headband on top of her. You can't see it because it's actually behind her head, but it looks pretty straightforward, honestly, with the color scheme and everything. But yeah, other than the hair color, I pretty much like this one. Okay, so here's Tommy Oliver from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, specifically as the Green Dragon Ranger, and then using him, I have Yoshimitsu right here. I really like how this one turned out. I think Yoshimitsu is definitely like one of the more creative characters that you could really express with, and just like turning him into Tommy was pretty cool, honestly. Okay, the last Dragon Ball Z character I'm featuring here is Super Buu from Dragon Ball Z, and then here's my version of Super Buu using Yoshimitsu as well. I really like how this one turned out, and of course using the color scheme and everything too. I think it just matches up with Yoshimitsu really well, especially like with the tentacles in the back of his head. I think it's pretty nice, and then like the black eyes that you could see on his quote-unquote helmet or whatsoever looks really creepy on him, and it just sort of matches that aura. I really like how this one turned out. I think this is probably my favorite Dragon Ball Z character that I made overall too, just because of how unique it is compared to the rest. Alright, here's the last VTuber character that I'll be showing. Here is Orocrony from Hololive English, Council, or Promise. And then here is my version of her using Zafina. So as you can see, she's covered up because there's nothing much I could do about it. But say if she actually was covered up completely, I think I pretty much nailed the design. So coming from the top to her pants, to the shoes, even to the glasses, I think it turns out well. And using Zafina, I think this is probably one of my best creations using a Hololive character. I think, yeah, it turned out pretty well. I wish I could add highlights to her hair so that it seems more bluish. But to compensate for that, I believe I have her earrings on still and just made them dark blue. Other than that, I really like how this one turned out. here's Bayonetta from the Bayonetta 2 design, and then here's my version of Bayonetta using Zafina. So I probably may or may not save best for last. Now, I'm not into the Bayonetta series, but I really like Bayonetta as a character, so I added the design on Zafina, and it looks great on her. But yeah, out of all of that, she is the last custom character that I made for all my character customizations. So if you sat through all of them, well, there you go. But I'm going to try to find my personal favorites, so give me 1 second. There's just something unique that I really like about this one. Maybe it's just because of my nostalgia with like Sir Topham Hatt being related to like Thomas the Tank Engine and stuff, but just playing with this version of Jack and like seeing him like demolish opponents wearing a suit and everything as the Fat Controller is just so funny to me. So but yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here, honestly. Out of all of them, which one do you like the best? Let me know in the comments down below. And then here is Buddy Boy. You sleepy? You sleepy? Yeah, he's been resting on my arm the entire time. I'm trying not to move so that he can rest. Alright, in the meantime, I'm gonna head out too. I'm gonna go to bed with him. Alright, bye guys. Peace.